Hi, it's Konstantin here. In today's video, I'd love to share with you my experience and help you set healthy boundaries in your business with clients and why some clients continue to violate those boundaries and why they keep draining your energy, right? So this is a huge topic. I think a lot of people really struggle with this, both in business as well in their personal lives. At least I have. I'm a person that I love helping. I love my clients, and in general, I'm very empathic towards others. And whenever someone has a problem, I'm kind of one of the first people. I like, hey, I'm here to help. Like, kind of that's been always my attitude, and that's at the same time my strength, but also at the same time my weakness, especially in business. Last year, I quit my high-paying 9 to 5 career and decided to go on my own and start my own advertising agency. Right? So in our service-based business, we basically provide advertising services to help businesses grow. Right? You might be in a different vertical, in a different industry, but still dealing with clients, and you might have situations where clients walk over you, or they're very demanding. They keep sending you messages on WhatsApp, via text, even during the weekends, like, hey, are you available? This and this and that. And you keep replying to that, and you keep giving them energy, and as a result, you feel drained, right? Like it can be quite annoying. And I want to kind of like share with you some of my situations that I have struggled with, how I've been able to solve this, and give you some general advice on why this is actually happening, right? So just a couple of things that I have struggled over the last year within my business is several things actually. So the main thing is actually communication, right? So I struggled to establish healthy boundaries when it came down to communicating with clients. Right? As I said, I'm very empathic. I really love helping people. But there have been clients that is just like the help goes way beyond the kind of like the scope of the work that we agreed on. And just being kept getting hackled with all sorts of requests, even during the weekend, like, hey, are you available to do this? Are you available to do that? Right? And through this experience, I was kind of like, I didn't really know what to do, because in the beginning, when I had a small clientele, basically just a couple of clients, that wasn't a big issue. I was able to manage the work. I was able to kind of like help those clients during kind of like awkward times. But then as the clientele grew, I started to really feel that it's like a huge drainer actually. Like it's a huge time crunch, and those small little requests, it's like it's like death by 1,000 cuts, right? It just removes your focus. You're doing something, you're working on a project, someone texts you out of nowhere, hey, check Slack, or hey, check this one, or check that one, or can you do this for me? And it just interrupts you. Even if it's a very small request, hey, can you help me this, can you review that? It's just it removed me from my flow of work, and as a result, I was like irritated for the rest of the day. I wasn't really in the same vibe, in the same energy, if that makes sense, right? So that's one of the things that I struggled with, the communication boundaries. And what I started doing with a lot of the clients, I established a Slack channel. So if you're not sure what it is, that's totally fine. Essentially, Slack is like a WhatsApp group for all of your clients, right? Like where you maintain working relationships, and that channel, basically the WhatsApp group for business. You have different channels. Each client has a different channel, and that's been a phenomenal way how I've been able to solve that problem. I just at some stage I told the clients the truth, right? I just said like, hey guys, like I've been contacted on WhatsApp, I've been contacted on text messages, Instagram DMs, Facebook even, and email as well, and then even GChat within email. So right, like eight, 9 communication channels, and I was like, hey guys, I just can't communicate this way. To provide the best service for you, to be the best person for you, everything is going to be on Slack, and that's where all of our communication is going to be, right? And this allows me to have boundaries in my personal and business life. And whenever I'm not working, I'm not in the browser. Basically, it allows me to switch off and be disconnected from work. So that has been an amazing way to restructure things. And another boundary that I struggled with is actually the pricing of our advertising services, right? So during calls and during sales calls and interactions, I would give one price, and then the client would be like, "Wow, that's pretty expensive. I want to pay this price." And early on in my journey, when I didn't have that many clients, I kind of succumbed to the pressure. I was like, I kind of needed the clients, I needed the study cases, and as a result, I ended up signing deals that weren't really the best fit, and the pricing was off. Couldn't hire the best talent to perform, to do the work, and as a result, it was just a shit show, right? So you feel unappreciated. You aren't getting paid what you're worth, and then yeah, as a result, you can't hire the best talent, you can't do the best job, you're not happy because you didn't get paid well, and then neither the client is happy because they didn't get the best job, right? So um, yeah, and basically the fault or the mistake is your own mistake. That's why charging high ticket pricing, charging as much as you can, is actually I used to have like a negative belief around charging a lot, but what I now realize is the more you charge, the better the service is. Because now, obviously, our intention is to give the best results. So we are able to hire the best copywriters in our case. We are able to hire the best designers, literally the best people in the world. If we charge 50, 100, $150,000 for for landing page build, essentially like a lead generation system that we offer to our clients, right? And that has been like a huge mindset shift as well for me. So in the past, I used to get lowballed. I used to succumb to the pressure, signing a deal that wasn't really beneficial, and now I've learned to charge higher, right? And then the last kind of like advice I have for you is, if people either in your personal life or in business keep breaking that boundaries, and you keep telling like, hey man, this is how it's done, this is what we're going to do, this is the way to communicate, this is the scope of the project, and cheers, if people keep if they keep breaking the boundary with you on a specific channel, or in my case it just kept getting text messages in the weekend about work, basically, unfortunately, you have to let go of that person or the way the communication goes. So you can either just completely ignore it. You can block this particular person or client and just say like, hey man, I'm happy to communicate, but only this way. And unfortunately, so harsh measures are necessary with some people, and they're not doing it on purpose as well. That's what I realized too. The reason why they keep pushing forward and keep kind of like walking over you is, unfortunately, is because you taught them to do that. You accepted that boundary, and then they know like, oh, this person is always available for help. Oh, this person is this handyman and he can do XYZ for you. And each time they have a specific problem, small or large, they're just gonna keep calling you and keep asking you for small requests, right? And when you reset that boundary, and this can break the friendship, this can break the client, you have to be willing to actually let go and come to terms that this might break the relationship, and say like, hey, this is my new boundary, this is how it's gonna be, and there's no other way, basically, right? And what's gonna happen over time is you're going to basically detrain the client to perform a certain action, because you're no longer allowing that boundary to be broken, if that makes sense. So basically, it's your own fault that they keep you being pushed over, being ask for small requests, constantly being sort of like this person that they can always reach out to and ask for help. It's your fault. And now it's time to take the control back and reestablish new boundaries, and perhaps even being prepared to let go of the person, because it's like it's you become a new version of yourself. You become a new person, and what's going to happen is people are not going to resonate with you as your new version. So it's normal to have people let go in your life as well, in the worst case, right? So you always try to, you know, recommunicate things, work things out. That's the best solution. But if harsh things like that happen, then you know, it's the best thing is to let go. And this can be very painful, right? Because this happens, for instance, can happen also with family members. I've got sick grandma that is just not well in her mind, and she just keeps saying like very painful things. And I used to call her like every other day, but eventually it just became too much emotion into every time like hear like weird things and stuff like that. And eventually I just had to let it go, and now we communicate every week, every other week, right? So you reestablish that boundary, and now everyone is happy, and she's doing a little bit better now as well, so I'm very happy about that. Yeah, so just retrain your clients, people in your life that keep walking over you, keep trying to push your boundaries, retrain them. It's like a Pavlov dog, right? When the dog hears the bell, they go in and they have food. The same way you've trained the person to come in your life, push you around. You've trained them to do that. Now you have to push back and reestablish the boundaries. So yeah, really tough topic. I think it's something that a lot of people really struggle with. That's why I record this video for you. And I hope you found this valuable, a little bit entertaining maybe. If you got any questions, leave your comments down below. Would love to interact with you, engage with you, share your own experiences. Maybe I can help there as well. And thank you so much for staying till the end. I really appreciate that, and have an awesome day. Bye bye.